A revolution is currently going on in Nepal. Thousands or millions of people are out in the streets taking over their country. They are simply tired of corrupt politicians. These are policemen. About 19 people are dead, but you can see they are literally surrendering to their fellow citizens. They are tired of killing their fellow citizens in defense of corrupt politicians. Near the presidential palace, you can see the policemen are tired of stopping and engaging their citizens or even killing them. This simply shows the power of the citizens, the power of numbers. 500,000 people alone in the streets. No army can stop them. What are you going to do? Are you going to massacre all of them? A determined crowd, like you can see here, despite the fact that they are using water cannons on them, but they kept on marching. In the history of revolutions in the world, they will start out by killing their own fellow citizens. But once they see that the crowd is determined, that they are so overwhelming, they will turn around and join the crowd. That's how it works. The same people that once defended the corrupt politicians will turn around and advise them to run away, like the politicians are currently running away using military helicopters. You can see here, they are lifting them away to safety. This is their airport. You can see it's lined with helicopters. These helicopters are on call. If a politician can reach any of them, they will fly into the city and lift them away to safety. The people that cause trouble in countries, the corrupt politicians, are always very few, just like in Nigeria. Many might be asking what actually provoked these protests in Nepal. It's very simple. The people became tired of corruption. They became tired and could no longer live with seeing children and politicians flaunting their stolen wealth to their faces. This was the breaking point that provoked the protests. On top of that, the government also banned and blocked many social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, many of them. So it became a breaking point for the youths of Nepal. It was like everything aligned. They were kind of tolerating the politicians until they pushed the limit by banning social media. They could no longer take that. They decided to take the destiny in their hands. This is how it's supposed to be. No army, like already said, can massacre their own citizens in the thousands or millions. No. If you have few numbers, maybe a few thousands in the streets protesting for good governance, you will see the security agencies out in full force. They will use tear gas, use all sorts of intimidation to stop the people. But when they see that you are in your hundreds of thousands, the security agents will run away. They will throw away their uniforms. They will throw away their guns and join the people, because they know that at that stage, the people will always revenge. If they shoot anyone, the citizens will always try to extract that revenge. In fact, the more they kill people, the more the citizens will be motivated to troop out in even more numbers. When people hear that some politicians are running away, that they are escaping by helicopters, it will be a motivation for them to join the protest, and even more numbers will be trooping out to take back their country. Today, it is happening in Nepal. Last year, it was the turn of Bangladesh. Their own was even more violent. More than 200 people lost their lives to the bullets of security agents that were supposed to protect them, but because they are working for politicians, they turned around and started shooting their fellow citizens. So in every revolution, once the citizens are determined, it takes a few hours for the regime they are fighting against, the corrupt politicians they are fighting against, to fall. Just like it happened in Bangladesh, it has happened in Nepal. In Nigeria and other parts of the world where they are afraid, they still have that fear of organizing a protest against corrupt politicians. That fear will simply fizzle out once they see that it's actually possible. Now, many people still believe that there will be serious massacre by security agents. But when you look back, like in 2020, of course you can't call that a massive protest. During that NSAS protest, many police stations were burnt down by angry citizens, and within a few hours the protest started. When it spread to Lagos and other parts, many policemen disappeared from the streets. Yes. That was why it was easy for many youths to invade police stations and burn them down. After all, that protest was against the police. So you can imagine what a determined people can achieve. Once they troop out in just about maybe 200,000, 500,000, or even imagine 5 million people occupying many streets in Nigeria, all these people will run away. Their brazen corruption and impunity just too way out of order. Just imagine what is happening in the Senate. Senator Natasha Pr0t, who was suspended for 6 months, she went to court to seek redress. As a matter of fact, she won in court, but the Senate appealed the judgment, and now the 6 months suspension is over. She came back to rejoin the Senate. Can you imagine the Senate saying that she cannot rejoin until the court decides? Can you imagine such impunity? They are challenging the judgment of the lower court at the appeal court, and the suspension is already over. Allow the lady to come in and continue to represent her constituency. But no, because some people don't like her face, they tried everything to stop her from being a senator, but all that failed. Now that the suspension is over, why not just give up? Are these people the owner of the Nigerian Senate? Are they the owners of the National Assembly? So all these make people to just say, no, enough is enough. We are not taking this. We are not tolerating this. They will keep pushing the limits. There are certain things you don't do, just like what happened in Lagos the other day. Someone that just wants to decamp to another party. Talking about Badoboro's Vival, the former governorship candidate of Labour Party in Lagos. He just wanted to decamp to another party, but thugs kept intimidating, assaulting fellow citizens for no reason. People who didn't do you guys anything. They didn't commit any crime by being another party. No one committed any crime for just decamping from one party to another party. So what is going on? Their brazen impunity is just so intolerable. It's just so irritating. These people see themselves as overlords. These were nobodies who just found themselves in power, and they are now behaving as emperors. So these are the issues. These are the things that trigger these type of protests. In Nepal, citizens are already struggling with poverty, already struggling with many things, but the children of corrupt politicians continue to live large to their faces, flaunting their wealth. So it reached a breaking point that they said, no, we can no longer tolerate this. We are taking back this country. That's why these politicians are running away in Nepal today. So like they say, a stitch in time saves 9. You cannot be impoverishing Nigerians and not leaving any option for them to cope. You are not leaving them any other solution. You are just insisting that they must be impoverished. Naira is devalued to worthless level. People don't know where their next meal is coming from. On top of that, you are borrowing more money. You are increasing taxes. You are not even doing anything to show that, politicians are supposed to be living exemplary lives. They cannot tell Nigerians to fast while they feast and marry. Yes. So it does not make any sense that you tell your citizens to fasten their belts while you continue to party before them. You spend money extravagantly. You throw away money at things that don't matter. Any observer of events in Nigeria cannot deny that that revolution is brewing in Nigeria. At this moment, the suffering is just too much for Nigerians to bear. Are we going to talk about insecurity? Hundreds are killed in one day. These are numbers that are higher than casualty numbers from countries that are actually at war. In Ukraine and Russia, you don't hear these kind of numbers every day. Yes, it makes no sense. You hear bombs falling, missiles, everything, but at the end of the day, you don't hear casualty numbers in the hundreds. But here we are in Nigeria, it has become an everyday affair. Like the saying goes, those who make peaceful revolution impossible, they only make violent revolution inevitable. Thanks for watching.